like HR management, human resource management, like finance management, production. Coming to the print media, there is a circulation and advertisement department, and also office means administrative department. All these are the various departments works under the management. That another characteristic of a management is a system of authority. So who is who, what their duties, what their responsibilities, what is their actions, what is their works, it is all divided by the management. It involves decision making with the proprietor or a managing director or the owner. So management is a middle stage of authority who controls the employees and who gives the decisions to grow the office or the organization. Another characteristic is implies good leadership. Now coming to discuss about the functions of the management. Luther Gulick coined the word POSD-CORD. Already I have told to remember 4 words when I am discussing about the definition of management. These 8 words, POSD-CORD, to describe the functions of management. P for planning, O for organizing, S for staffing, D for directing, C means CO, coordinating, R for reporting and budgeting. POSD-CORD. Right, planning first. Planning means if we are going to take a new venture or to prepare to introduce a new product into the market. So that is required a planning. How to get the material, raw material from the various sources, who are the sellers or retailers, to identify the customers. All this comes under the planning. Organizing. Once we plan, we have to organize which material, which product required for that. So how to organize to buy the raw material, how to organize the machinery, how to organize the office. All this comes under the organizing function. Now coming to the staffing. So any office, organization or a company, whatever it is required staff. Without staff, it is not possible. Employees are the main, employees are the key for the organization. So recruitment, staffing means what kind of duty is there or work is there for that, who is eligible candidate. So all look in this staff function. So HR, human resource management, one kind of management already we have discussed. So human resource management who identifies a qualified person to prepare or to make a product, to give a good service to the customers. Another one is directing. So we have recruited the employees. So they need some directions. Who is to what work? Management means a manager. He directs the employees. which work is assigned to which, it is decided by the manager. Work is allocated. Now it is the time to coordinate whether the employee is doing his work is properly or not, and the material is coming from the source is properly or not. The office is working is in order or not. All this looking by the manager in the coordination function. Next, reporting. So what happens? All POS, CO. So the manager need to put on the paper what is happened, who are recruited, where is the material is coming, where is the production, how the office is organizing, what is the plans to grow, to get the more profits. So that is to be maintained the documentation. You need to keep in the documentation in the form of a printed material. We have a internet access. We have electronic media access now, electronic form. So we are saving in the system, a pen drive or a CDs, whatever it is. All this comes under the reporting. So they need the data to keep in a safe mode. Budgeting. Budgeting means it's one kind of a scheduling. So which work is needed at which time. Then after who will work for the further improvement, who will do what work at what time. All these comes under the budget function. I think that this is clear to you. Principles of management. It's a division of work. Already they have discussed. HR management who recruits the various professionals, various workforce, various kind of employees in a various with various qualifications. Each employee is its own skill to do some work. So principle of management means here is a manager who allows some work, he division the work. For example, to prepare to make a pen. For this raw material collection, who will do the raw material collection? Whose work is the collection of raw material? In general, it is a middle management. So a group of managers who check the quality and then buy the raw material. After bought the raw material, now it is the time to prepare the product. So here, skilled workers who do their work to prepare its pen. Then after, salesperson who involves. Without sales, there is no meaning for that company. So salesperson involves here who sells the pens to the retailers, wholesalers, and customers. Then after, another kind of management, another kind of manager who evaluate whether our product is a quality or not. We used to do some surveys. We get some feedbacks. So this kind of division of work is one kind of principle in the management. Coming to the authority. So in general, one manager, so under him, many grades like group 4, group 3, group 2, skilled or unskilled. So he need to coordinate. He need to give some directions. Already one function is there, direction. So you need to give some directions to the all kind of employees. Next one is the discipline. Discipline means if any employee, the assignment assigned to him, whether he is not did the work in a proper way, in a complete way. So the manager need to give some punishment to him, and he gives some in case of suspension, in case of some punishments, demotions. So all this is comes under the principle. So any kind of employee, he must maintain the discipline. He need to maintain the duties, which as duties and responsibilities, which is assigned by the management. Unity of command, so this is also one kind of authority, and unit of direction, one kind of function, remunerations. So an engineer for measuring his skill, the manager need to give some remuneration to him as a salary, as a remuneration, as an honorarium, whatever the kind of the title. So remuneration, fixing the remuneration is one kind of principle. Next, order. So manager who orders the workers who works under him, they order the employees to do this work, to do this work. So he allows the work, he inquires the works, he supervises the works. Equity. Equity means here there is no based on their work, no discrimination. So for a manager, every employee is equal to him. So he need to maintain the equity. Stability. So if a company need to survive, it is a stability. Without stability, it is not possible. If once in a growth and again decline, it's not a kind of development. A sustainable or a stable development is a good kind of development. And initiatives, new kind of initiatives need under the principle of management. In general, the main disciplines and main management departments in various offices, organizations, or companies, majorly three main managements: human resource management, finance management, and marketing management. These three are the major departments in the company. What do HR manager? He recruits, he screening, he interviews, he filter the skilled person, he filter the qualified person for that company to do to prepare a product, to manufacture, to make a product. Next, finance management. It's required, any company is required some planning. For planning, investment is required. To make a product, investment is a part. Who is investing to the company, and the expenditures, the budget, all allocations, and even sometimes to payments and receipts, remunerations to the employees, all these functions done by the finance manager. Now coming to the marketing management. Once a product is ready, now it is the time to the marketing management works. The marketing manager, under him, there is a many kind of employees like retail sales employees and wholesale sales employees, sales executives, sales managers, regional managers. There is also many steps So marketing is once prepared or made a product, so it should be sold. Then only they get the profit. The marketing manager, the marketing management, their function is to sell that product and improve the sales of the product or services. Now coming to the what is the role with the all above, we have discussed the various kind of management to concern, to relate the works with the public relations officer or public relations function. Public relations as a management function, various dimensions. Actually, public relations officer in general, we think that he releases a press release. He writes a press note and distributes to all press media or others. He conducts a press conference. Not only this kind of general duties, the public relations officer also part in the management. Means one kind of management like HR, finance, marketing, public relations management. So you need to give some strategy to the company to develop, to grow up, to sales, to improve the sales, to get the profits, and his work also to maintain the relationship with all the other departments, various kind of employees, various kind of public, outside and inside, like a wholesalers, dealers. Generally, there is a marketing people. Even though public relations practitioner, manager also need to maintain some relations with the wholesalers, retailers, stakeholders, employees, and another work is a consultant work. In case of any problem, so then you need to give some strategy. Then you need to give some suggestions to the management to whose need to contact. And like another agencies, government offices or representatives of government or local public representatives. So consultant work also done by the public relations officer. Tactics also in kind when the crisis management, any wrong publicity, any negative publicity on the company, then the public relations officer's duty is to overcome this crisis, this issue. So you need to do some management, crisis management. You need to know the various tactics to overcome the issue, to solve the issues. Through generally the tools already we have discussed in the previous class. Public relations officers' tools are press releases, to conduct press notes, to conduct press conferences, and to release brochures, to release house journals, means prepare house journals. So with these tools, the public relations officer, with the tactics, he gives the good image to the company, to that brand, or to that office. If you have any doubts, please do chat in the chat box or raise your hand. In this unit, this is a just a simple unit, means with a few points need to remember in this unit. We have discussed the principal functions and other major departments in the company, and also the public relations role, public relations officer or manager's role in this unit. Now, We'll go to the next unit. This is today is the last class for you. Today is the last class for you. As many as important topics I will cover in this class from other units also. So far we have covered major topics in the course in this course material in this course book. Unit number 9, how to be a good public relations manager. In this unit, we will discuss the functions of public relations manager. Already some functions we have discussed in earlier units, in the unit number 7, in the unit number 6. Again, here some kind of repetition, but elaborately we will learn here in this unit. Because here we are focusing only PR manager, the assignment, the works of a PR manager, the functions of the PR managers. What are the qualifications required for the PR management, PR manager? What are the skills required for the public relations manager? What are the skills required for the writing press release, press notes? All this we will discuss in this unit. Identify main client, organizers, groups, and audience is the one kind of function for the public relations manager. Another function is write interesting and effective press releases to develop and maintain the company's corporate image, the brand image. Another function is manage communications budgets. So, for the communication, the management allocates only some fixed amount. In that budget, you need to conduct press conferences, you need to give press notes, press releases, and you need to give the advertisements about the company. So, you need the manager, PR manager need to know the budget, how to allocate the budget to the various programs. Manage the special events is one kind of function for the PR manager. And you need to prepare draft speeches for company executives and arrange interviews. All this also part in the public relations manager's duty. To evaluate corporate advertising and promotions programs, to formulate policies, procedures related to the public information programs, all these were the part of the public relations manager's work. Sometimes the public relations manager need to manage in-house communication courses and house journals. In-house house journal. Here is a house journal means already we have discussed in earlier units, earlier sessions. House journal generally it's one kind of a magazine. In the magazine, we see like in a newspaper. In the newspaper, we read various types of news. National, international, regional, local, politics, economy, and sports, cinema, whatever it is. The same kind of pages covers in the house journal. And building effective media relations is one kind of function of the public relations manager. Next, management expectations. What management expects from the public relations officer? The public relations manager already, what are the functions? what is his duties, responsibilities we have discussed in an earlier session. So management expects public relations officer means the management expects from the public relations officer to advocate, means to give some ideas, to give some suggestions, and the management expects public relations officer should be a good communicator. Already we know media relations and public affairs, publicity, lobbying, all this is possible with a communicator. And he should be a problem solver. In case of any communication related crisis happen to particular company or organization, then public relations officer to be involved and he solve that issue through a proper communication from communication channels. Opinion maestro. Opinions, how it will come? Based on the feedback, the opinions, the public relations manager who knows the opinions of the customers or publics or stakeholders, shareholders, as and when and on and off, the public relations manager need to do some research and you need to get the feedback. Based on the feedback, he gives some opinions to the management to get good brand image, good identity to that company. Public relations manager is a spin doctor. What is the meaning of spin? Generally, spin refers here is a polishing the truth. He gives the truth, the facts to the public to provide a certain interpretation of information need to sway public opinion. This is a part of the spin doctor duty for the public relations manager. How a good manager, PR manager, what skills if you acquire need to be a good PR manager. The PR manager should be an analyst. You need to analyze the situations which are happening around to that company, that office, that organization, and he should be an advisor. Whenever the requirement, he must give advices to the management. Already what management expects, we know. So the public relations manager need to give some advices to the management. And you should be the antenna. Antenna means, antenna, what the antenna does? Antenna gets the signals and transmits into the air, means it's available, it gives the more circulation. So the public relations manager who is one kind of as antenna, means he is a channel for the management as well as the public relations, publics, and promote mutual understanding. Mutual understanding between public and management or managers or board of executives. You need to promote mutual understanding, build trust and confidence. For that, the public relations manager need to conduct open houses, exhibitions, some social responsibility, corporate social responsibility programs, and need to create awareness among the public of that company. And generally, we have discussed many times to provide a feedback. How the feedback comes through a research. Need to do some surveys. If they do surveys, they will get some feedback. Or if there is a feedback management system, it is knows the feedback of the customers or a public of that company, of that organization. Personal qualities and professional qualifications for the public relations manager. Personal characters in generally self-realization. So he should be always be positive and ability to get along with all kinds of people with integrity. Ability to use imagination in designing public relations programs. Ability to advise the management and interpret organizational environment. Genuine interest in people around the patients, around and the patients. Positive mindset and ability to face challenges, issues. Inspiring leadership qualities, and he should be a role model for the entire that company, that organization. Empathy and responsiveness to the problems of people. Another one is a lifelong learning process. There is a technology emergence or convergence. So the public relations officer also need to know the new technology. Based on the new technology, to use those applications and to improve the good communication with the publics and the management. Need to use modern technology tools, modern media, social media, for example. And ethical and spiritual values. Ethical means generally public relations officer who gives facts and the truths given by the management, means management board or a group of managers to the public. Public means internal public and also external public. Coming to the professional qualifications, generally earlier, some 40 years ago, there is no particular academic program for the public relations. Then after there is a diploma programs, certificate programs, and master's programs offering various educational institutions all over the world. Coming to the India, we are now public relations, one subject, one course paper in the mass communication and journalism program. At UG level means undergraduate level and postgraduate level. Some diploma programs also offering many universities, many institutions related to the public relations. So, public relations manager must acquire one degree in the public relations. Professional skills and experience. You need to do research. You need to do some planning strategy with multimedia. You need to solve the problem. All these kind of abilities need to acquire the public relations manager. And sometimes you should be a psychologist. we have discussed in the earlier slide, in the earlier topic, a good relations with the management and public means employees, all kind of employees in the company. In case of any issue, so public relations manager works as an antenna, he works as a mediator, he control the situation. So he gives some psychological improvements to the employees. Another major skill is writing press releases, press notes. It's a part of a good public relations practice. And the public relations manager need to identify the target audience. For example, a product which is only particular customers only, not required to all kind of citizens. When the advertisement, for example, that advertisement is a target audience, target customers. It should be reach the particular people, particular group. So public relations manager duties to identify the right customers. While to prepare or give an advertisement is also part of the public relations practice. So it prepared the advertisement based on the product, that service. So whether the product is targeted people, in case, so the advertisement is to be published in a particular group of people who read a particular newspaper. For example, a 2 lakh or 3 lakh of a wristwatch, Timex, many companies we have. Those companies, the Timex company's watch is a cost of 3 lakhs. If the advertisement is used in a local area, it is effective? No. The target audience, the target customers are not a villagers. So villagers who don't buy the Timex watch. So here, for the Timex watch, it is made to the economically rich people. So you need to give an advertisement in the economic magazines or business magazines. It will reach the target audience. Find a newsworthy angle, identify the news elements in the headline and lead. So while writing press release or press note, you need to give some headline and you need to give some lead. Lead means first paragraph of that entire information. Consider visual elements means to give a proper photograph or a graphics or a table or a video clip if it is possible, because nowadays we have an electronic form only. It is easy to attach a video clip in the WhatsApp groups, in the social media groups, in the Facebook, in the Instagram. It is possible because of the technology, development of the technology. Keep the information factual. So truth and facts already many times we have discussed. The public relations officer will need to give a factual information in the press release, in the press notes. Provide diverse sources means various kind of hierarchy in the organization. CMD, CEO, or a proprietor owner, whatever the nomenclature. Next level is the management level, general managers, assistant general managers. Next, middle management, assistant managers, managers. Next, under the manager, there is again various kind of employees. So the public relations manager need to take the information from the various sources. Allow, give time, you need to give some time to write this. And use active voice while writing press release. Use present tense when possible. In the newspapers, what we see, that's the past tense. Because in the newspaper, we are reading today means the incident, the event which is happened yesterday only. But while writing a press release, the public relations manager needs to write in a present tense. After it reaches to the press, there may be, because their readers who read that news in the next day, so they write it as a past tense. Corporate publications is a part to maintain a good publications PR manager's role. And here we need to know the reporting steps also. Make a list, means media persons or other. So he is a mediator with the public and also management. So you need to maintain some list of leaders of the unions, for example. Envision the results. You need to expect a good result. So based on to take a good result, we need to give a good report, to prepare a good press release, to prepare a good house journal, to produce a newsletter, a good newsletter. Make a checklist of what and why. So this is a general phenomenon. Everyone is doing the same. Writing steps. Draw a mind skill. Organize the order. Keep it in a good order. In general, in newspapers we see there is a inverted pyramid style. Here in the public relations manager, public relations press release, there is a not required inverted pyramid style. Generally, here use chronological order. So even though the public relations manager, if you use inverted pyramid style, it is good for the press people, because all that in case of it is in a inverted pyramid style, it is easy to them to rewrite or the same they maybe use it, but with the same press note they use as a news article. So use inverted pyramid style. Put information in perspective and write a strong conclusion. Check the verbs and grammar check. All this is a part of the writing steps. Corporate websites. Earlier only the telephone numbers is the source. Now we have the development of technology. Every company has its own website. To find a PR contact, name and telephone number, to check basic facts about the company, including the spelling of executives' names, location of the company, and so on. To discover the company's spin on events. Spin means blunt. It's a polishing the tooth. Okay. To check financial information, to download images for use as illustrations in stories. So various companies have their own websites. Here we start this unit. If you have any doubts, raise your hand. Otherwise, you do chart, you do type in the chat room. I will read it and give the clarification for your doubts. There is a no doubts or no queries. I will move to the next unit because this is the last class, last session for this semester. So I am covering major topics as many as I cover. Next unit is in-house and PR agencies. There is a 3 waves of public relations practice. Number 1 is in-house public relations department. Next, if a company is not able to maintain a public relations department, then for their PR works, PR means public relations works, they choose a private agency, public relations agency. Otherwise, sometimes required a company, even though mixed in-house and also with PR, private PR agency. So there is a 3 ways of public relations practice. One is in-house PR department. Next one is public relations agencies or firms. Third one is mix of in-house and public relations agencies. So in-house public relations department. So this is also one kind of a management. This is also one kind of a department. So required some administrative structure like chief public relations officer. We will take an example of the South Central Railway. There is a hierarchy. The first position is a chief public relations officer. Following that, public relations officers. Following that, assistant public relations officer. The same happens in the government department, which is INPR department, Information and Public Relations department in the state governments, and in the central government there is also, we have a ministry, there is also number of units. Coming to the private companies, private organizations, so the same kind of hierarchy, chief public relations officer. Sometimes maybe nomenclature vary, like public relations manager, public relations manager in the public relations, or chief manager in the public relations. Sometimes it is included into the corporate communication. Corporate communication manager in public relations. And set up, as usually we know, every department, the manager and followed by the assistant manager and followed by the some staff. This kind of management, this kind of administrative setup is need for in-house public relations department of the company. What they have to do, they set up. There is some various types of crew, means staff allotted to the public relations department. What is their work? Their work is disseminate the public information, interpret public opinion, keep the management informed of political, social, and economic related information, and conduct public opinion research and evaluate, find out the results, and give the feedback, take the feedback from the customers and give the suggestions to the management. All these kind of activities, functions are part in the in-house public relations department. Some more activities need to do in-house PR department, carry out corporate public relations program, inform the public about the corporate objectives and programs, identify the adverse criticism on the operation of corporation or organization or office, issue clarifications, rejoinders. In case any bad negative publicity on company, then the public relations department, the personnel who works in the public relations department need to give some clarification to solve the issue. Editing, printing, and distribution of house journal, organize open house programs, exhibitions. All these functions are the part of the public in-house public relations department. Now coming to the advantages. Advantages means some compared with the public relations agency or mixed method. Here is some advantages like collection of information with the own company. It is stored with the in-house department only, and understand the company more closely. If the company establish a in-house public relations department, the personnel who works in the public relations department who understand about the company more closely and coordinating activities and to get the latest information. Also, they maintain a good relations with the public. They conduct exhibitions, they prepare the posters, pamphlets, they conduct press conferences. At any time, it is possible. In case of the public relations agency, if there is a shortage of staff, they ask the management to postpone the program. They ask the management to give some other time. These are some advantages if a company has its own public relations in-house department. There is also limitations if there is a non-professional personnel who works in the company, it will not give a good image. And in case of any non-skilled person, it may gives a negative. Sometimes in-house public relations department, they maintain bias. All it is happens. Public relations agencies means an independent specialized business organization involved in the practice of public relations to counsel the clients' organizations on communication and also relationships management besides executing public relations program. So this is one kind of a mediator, not exactly mediator, but some companies, they don't put some budget to establish own PR management. Means it is a small scale company. So there is a not required public relations practice for them regularly. So when and whenever the requirement, then only they hire the public relations agencies. What are the PR services by the public relations agency? Generally, they do marketing, they do research and evaluation, they do some crisis management, they do community relations, they do corporate communications, they arrange events, they do relations with the government officials, they do branding of the company, and they support the product launches, they support to conduct various programs under the corporate social responsibility. All these services, generally in-house PR department will look in all these services. Even publications serve private agents, means publication firms. They also do all these kind of services. In case mixed methodology, means in-house, there is for a company, there is own in-house department, and they are also engaging some services from the outside, means public relations agencies. If they do with the both models, that will be more effective. It reaches more communication, more information to the public. Combination approach can be used successfully only when we have efficient internal setup to feed the outside consultancy with good quality briefing material to enable it to use its professionalism for better impact. Because see, in our department there is a few staff, they don't handle all outside services, like already we have discussed about the government relations. Sometimes it is not happening, sometimes it is not possible in serving in-house department people. But when public relations agency means they are coordinating with the many kind of clients. They are experts to deal with the government officials and also public representatives, and there is a insufficient number of staff for the public relations agency. So they do whatever the activities required the company. So if the communication strategy more successful if they use in-house public relations department and also the services of public relations agencies. Yeah, good, my dear students. Here I am concluding the session. If you have any doubts, raise your hand. Do chat in the chat room. I will give the clarifications for you. Good. I am concluding this session. We will come. We will. I will come with another subject in a specialized. We have elective courses in the semester 5 with another elective subject. I will come with you again. I will explain the topics in the elective subject. Thank you.